Restart it.
That goes.
Setting back on the control now.
1 sec. All right. Are we live now? That's weird. Why is it not going live? I could have sworn stream was live a minute
I think we're
ago.
live now. We should be live now.
Oh, we are?
You're stealing
Yes.
your
Let's go! All right. That's unfortunate.
Welcome back to All Stars.
Welcome back to All Stars. As you can hear in the co-pilot seat is the one and the only the Laser Sloth.
Hello, hello.
All right, and so we'll go through the introduction here real quick again. Today we are on Northern Water Tribe, which is a track inspired by Avatar, featuring 2 gimmicks. Laser, you want to run through them real quick?
Yes, of course. Would you like to get loaded for for the sprint race?
We can load up for the sprint race, sure.
All right. Yes. So there are 2 different gimmicks on this on this track. There's first the several gimmick, which is basically, to put simply, it's a dive bomb route, but with extra steps. And then there's the second gimmick, which is the temple skip, which is basically just a very hard shortcut. And if you mess it up, you lose a lot of time. If you do it successfully, you gain a lot of time.
Absolutely. All right, so we have a fail route here and a good route here. There's also one normal route that goes by the koi pond.
I can't spell.
And this one is just a safer route for those who aren't really necessarily as confident as the skip. At the skip. So we saw somebody right here completing it. Antonio, yes. But let's go. Sorry. Earlier I said welcome to the Middler, that's Johnny, Hutspot, and welcome Husker as well. Yeah, sorry. I recorded the whole, I thought I was streaming for the whole sprint race. My timer was on, so weird OBS stuff. But anyways, we have already completed the one-shot quali. Today, our format is a sprint race, so we have already completed a one-shot quali, which I recorded. We had all the drivers going around setting the fastest laps they possibly can. Here are the results of the one-shot quali. And now we very soon will be starting the sprint race. The sprint race is just a very abbreviated version of the real race, and the finishing positions of the sprint race will determine the grid of the real race. And so I was commenting on some of the finishing positions here. Captain Crafty's and Ultro coming out and tying for P1. Captain Crafty setting down a time. He led the one-shot quali. First one to start his lap in the one-shot quali and ended up in first place overall. So very good job by him. Blue Leader, unfortunately, did not have the right version of boat utils. Could we possibly get in one lap for Blue? Maybe?
I'll go discuss that.
All right. Laser will go discuss to see if we give Blue a second chance. Unfortunately, he had possibly the wrong version of boat utils, or something was wrong with his boat utils mod. That's another point to make. Last week in 4th layer, we did not have boat utils. This is a boat utils track, meaning that drivers can step up blocks. As we can see, somebody will come through pretty soon. Mighty Creative saying, hello, Lapis. Hello, Mighty Creative. How's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Of course, we have nobody coming through right now, unfortunately. But unfortunately, Boat Utils is a mod that we have in the community that allows you to step up blocks, like right here. So the racetrack goes up and over this. Working on it. Hotspot saying, you should take a look at my incredible pit box. So we did have some people make some stuff. I think Hotspot is wanting to show this absolute ingenious creation of his. We've had some people look in between the race and the time. We can look at these. This is just absolute work of modern art. Oh my goodness. And so we've had some other pits being made. It looks like we had, I believe I believe this was supposed to be possibly a nuclear reactor. I'm not quite sure, actually. Wait, it was in the chat. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It may not be. We've had what looks like... I'm sorry if I don't get these. This looks like the Krusty Krab. I'm not going to lie. With the boat here, and you got the kitchen in the back. With a SpongeBob and whatnot. And we've had some other really cool pits being built by some of the drivers. Mighty Creative said, good, you? I'm doing quite good and whatnot. Unfortunately, I tried to start the stream earlier, but no luck on that. So, as I was saying before, if we look into some of the... if we look at some of the results and whatnot, some drivers who are in the drop zone. So, only the top 20 in points will advance to the next round of All-Stars. Some of the drivers in the drop zone are actually BitQ, who was able to place 11th place. Ozone is currently in the drop zone, and he was able to come out and place 3rd. He needed a good placement in order to stay in the race, and so he's out here delivering. I guess we have Blue Leader coming around. Spectate All-Stars Race 3, Episode 2. Alright. For some reason, my leaderboard doesn't seem to be working. So we have everybody going around. Blue Leader is one of these other drivers in the drop zone right now. And so, let's see him coming around.
Yep, there's 2. But I haven't done it for my...
for some reason, the leaderboard's not working right now, so that's unfortunate.
No, we're just gonna let them time trial that, and we're gonna check console for the time.
Alright, so we're letting Blue Leader open time trial. No, he fails! Unfortunate, man.
Let's go.
That is so sad. Some drivers excited to see, some drivers sad to see.
That was a good pit escape.
We will see Blue Leader coming through.
What does that do?
Boom! Setting a time. We'll see reported in here. So he's able to put down a 58.15, which will put him, if we go back up to the round results, a 58.5 will put him quite a few spots ahead into 19th place ahead of Pigalala. So, unfortunately, not quite the result I believe he was hoping for. I believe he hoped he hit the skip. So right now, Blue Leader is one of the drivers in the drop zone, along with Jay Modi, who's also down here for bottom 6. The last couple drivers, Onshuts and Birce. Birce coming out putting in 7th place time, which is quite good. Onshuts in 15th, which I think he's going to hopefully work his way up through the field. But yes, we'll get the sprint race loaded in really soon. And we'll see what these drivers can do. Right now, overall, it looks like, is Purple Toki not online again? It doesn't appear so. That is unfortunate for his placement. Mighty Creative asking, when can I have a chance at All-Stars? Backseat admin, he's so bad right now. If I get knocked out, you better give me a promo. Alright. Shout out to Ozone. Hi, stream. Hi, Ozone. Mighty Creative, sorry, asking, when can I have a chance at All-Stars? Like, when is the next season? That's something to be discussed. Right now, there are no plans for a next season. No announced plans. Normally, All-Stars is happening in the time frame of the previous off-season. In the off-season, it happens in the off-season of FC1, Formula Craft 1, which is a parody of Formula 1. So if you look at the schedule for Formula 1, basically this league was planned when Formula 1 was not happening. And so the league is planned to end before the first F1 race. So here we go. Captain Noah coming around. He's sporting a Makuzen skin right now. Or he's wearing a Makuzen head right now, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Makuzen is one of the notorious fast people. Captain Noah right now in P7 overall, having a very, very good performance in round 3, race 1. I want to see where he was here.
You do the wall trick for your time?
Captain Noah Oh no, placing dead last in 21st place. So having a very, very good showing in 4th layer, the first race, and then not a good showing for the one-shot quality. Uh-oh. Sorry, my thing is glitching out a little bit. We're all set, though. We're all set. All right. So here we go. Let's go over and let's look at the skip real quick. I'm gonna stand up and stretch before the sprint race. Loading in heat in 3 minutes. All right. Hotspot. Let's hope I can stay wait. Let's hope I can stay top. Hotspot saying, let's hope I can stay top 20 in the leaderboards, but I doubt it low. Let's actually take a look. We can take a look at this right now. Let me. All right. I can actually switch my account. I don't think I'll be doxing or doing anything bad on stream, so we can switch to over here. We see the point sheet and whatnot for All-Stars. So people can take a look through down through this. Last race, we had 6 drivers eliminated, being Glitch TM, Uzo Chia, Midnight, CT Cuber, HD, Mariana 52, and Brecky. Unfortunate results for all of them, but hopefully a lot of them are glad to make it to round 3. This is the bottom of the round 3 drivers. Continuing on into here, anybody who's not highlighted in red is still in the lead. We had Soda Soaker in P1 overall, who's been absolutely dominating throughout the whole competition so far. But he's only good enough for 10th place right here. He was one of the people who failed the skip right here. So Hotspot saying hopefully he can stay top 20. Right now Hotspot is P10 and he does have 2 points mulliganed out that he will be able to rely on. It looks like you're in a pretty good place, Hotspot. I'm not gonna lie. I think you're in a pretty good place. Oh god, black screen. Pro streamer here. Sorry. This is the point sheet. Hello. Oh my goodness. So anyway, sorry. As I was saying, we have the bottom 6 drivers right here. Glitch TM, Uzo Chia, Midnight, CT Cuber HD, Mariana 52, and Brecky. All here. And for the top 26 drivers, you can see right here, Hotspot was worried about him placing good. I think he should be good because he has 2 points mulliganed out real quick. But right here, as I was saying, Soda Soaker was one of the people who failed this skip right here. So here we go. Sprint race is loaded in. Let's switch back over to this screen.
Yo, blue!
Is it not a black screen? Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're getting through everything. So here we go. Start of the sprint race for round 3, race 2, Northern Water Tribe. Let me turn on my Albright real quick. Rocky here. Trash talking Crafties. I think Crafties can hear him too. Oh my goodness. So here we go. Front row right now. We got P1, Captain Crafties. P2 is Ultra, who is able to tie Crafties. P3 is Ozone, only 1 tick behind.
He failed a little bit, but not much. Captain Sweaty.
Oh my goodness. Let's see where Captain Crafties actually is. I think Captain Crafties had to miss the last race, actually. No, he didn't. Never mind. He made the last race. Right now, he's sitting tied with Hotspot in P11. 14 points overall, so I think he would do very well. He would set himself up very, very well with a good result from today's race. Ultra right now, sitting P6. And as said, Ozone right now, actually in the drop zone, P23 overall. So I think Ozone here is in the most dire need of points. We'll be keeping a very close eye on him throughout the race. All right. To start, let's go.
Holy shit, it feels like -7 outside.
Oh my gosh. -7 degrees Fahrenheit. He does live in the U.S. Mighty Creative asking, Lapis, how did you get so good at ice boat racing and how long did it take? I've been in the ice boat racing community for almost 2 full years now.
And here we go.
And I just got good from a lot of practice. So here we go, starting the sprint race, 4 laps, 0 pits of the sprint race of round 3 of race 2 of All-Stars at Northern Water Tribe. Here we go, down into turn 1. We have Ultra going on the inside, taking a little bit of a block stop, a little bit too deep. Somebody going way out wide there. Who is that? Birche, unfortunately, going really, really wide. Crafty's able to maintain the lead. Ozone able to work his way past Ultro. Rocket
What
Rays
is 2-8 doing
going
here?
down a little bit. 2-8 actually able to come up into 4th position, take that position away from Rocket Rays. And so here we go into the split. Typically, 2-8 getting stuck going the wrong way. That's not good.
Oh, I didn't go.
So here we go.
Holy.
We'll see the meetup real quick. Typically on the Cyberworld meetup, people who go left tend to die. So we'll see Ozone and Ultra making it through. Ultra making it through. All right, Crafty's making it through. True. Fantasy coming
Fantasy
through.
making
I got
going through the fields right now. He actually opts to not go for a double skip. Let's see if it benefits him. Ultra fails, but we got Soda Soaker and Ozone succeeding in making it. I believe Crafty's also made it. Yeah, Fantasy moving up positions. I'm not sure how he qualified, but yeah, he's already in P4, which is huge for him. Although Crafty's with a solid 4-second gap to Ozone P2, that is quite large. Very good
Crafty's
job
is
of Crafty.
absolutely gone. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gone. He's been
my
practicing really hard this week. He
goodness
likes the
gracious.
track, and he really wants to do well this race. So it's really good to see him out here. But then again, guys, don't forget this is only the sprint race. This is not the main race. So the importance isn't as high. But of course, I mean, as ice boat racers know, qualifying is very important in our competition or in our activity of boat racing because the difficulty of overtaking. Although this track should do a good job at mitigating that difficulty. As they start going towards lap 3, we got Soda, Ozone, both making it, and Crafty's, I believe. Oh, Crafty's actually failing. Ozone's actually right behind him now. That 4-second gap has dissolved into 1.2 seconds as they go into the halfway mark of the sprint race.
Woo. All right. So that is very close. We have the top 3 now closing in again because Crafty's failed that. 2-8 is tumbling down the order. Unfortunately, having a lot of problems. Still able to be top 10 right now. We have a lot of drivers switching around back there. Technogustav bringing up P15. Ozone, Crafty's, and Soda all opting to go fast. Fantasy is going fast route as well. Nobody's taking the block route. Nobody's taking the skip route. Or the blocking route on the Cyberworld gimmick. So nobody will be bumped here. 2-8 actually opted to take the slow route and then made quite a few mistakes. Here we go. We'll see Soda Soaker going into the skip. Oh, he fails it! And Fantasy does not!
Right there. It should be really close. No, Fantasy gets a clean overtake right here.
Way ahead. Oh my goodness
Watch out for
gracious.
getting bumped. They have the same speed on exit. The track was designed that way, so there's not any immediate danger coming out of the fail route. But yeah, we got a final lap of the sprint race right here. These guys back to back. I'm wondering if Soda and Ozone, because Ozone's really close to Crafty's for P1. I wonder if they're gonna go for the block route. We got Ozone going through. He does not. Ozone goes the fast route, and here we got the Fantasy Soda pair. Fantasy goes fast, and Soda also opts to go fast. Interesting decision by him. I mean, I don't know. Like the Cyberworld gimmick is a pretty good chance of blocking, especially looking at his air behind him. Soda, if he got bumped, he wouldn't lose that much. So he wouldn't really lose any positions. So it's all coming down to this final temple chip right here.
Ooh! Oh my god!
Crafty
Crafty's fails and Ozone makes it! So here we go
Ozone.
into the final little bit. Ozone is going to actually overtake and get P1 in the sprint race with Crafty's failing. Let's see the other drivers coming through. Soda!
And Fantasy fails until it goes through for P3.
A lot of switching positions. Rocket Rays coming down, able to hold on to P5. Nito the first taking the safe route. Ultro and Gilo coming around. Techno Gustav able to come around passing Demonatic. 2-8 able to pass BipQ, it looks like. Yep, for that final little bit. And so he has a lot of drivers coming through, sprinting for the finish. Whoa, Pigalala and Onshud's finishing within a tick of each other. Adam, unfortunately, going way down the order. P18. Oh my goodness. Oink bringing up P20. And Antonio Yes bringing up the rear. P21. Beard in P22. Whew. So, oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we have some drivers working their way up, some drivers working their way down. We have some familiar faces at the top being Soda Soaker and Fantasy, able to work their way up from what were they? They were actually way down. They were like P9 and P11. Soda Soaker P10, Fantasy P12. So both of them working their way up to P3 and P4. Birtier, as he said, working his way down from P7 all the way down to P22. So unfortunate result from him. Oinked, unfortunately, in P20 right now. Adam tumbling down the order in P18. Blue Leader able to make up a couple positions, going up to P16. Onset's about constant. 2818 unfortunately was got all the way up to P4 there, ended up in P11. So we have some drivers working their way up. Oh, Nito also worked his way up, didn't he?
Yeah, Nito actually stated a interesting strategy. He never went for temple skip, and he moved his way up all the way to P6.
That's good. P6 from P14, so he over halved
Yeah.
his position. It's very good.
Yeah, there's no point. But I guess
It's looking like we're gonna start the final race at 35 minutes. That's about 8 minutes from now.
All right.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that race start. The track features a pretty wide first sector. Like turn 1 and the straightaway going into it are pretty wide. And due to the presence of boat utils, if you have similar speeds, you can even maybe drive on top of other drivers, which might help with getting off the grid and getting past people on the start finish straight. So these factors should lead to slightly less chaotic race starts than we've seen in other tracks. And I believe we saw that kind of play out in that sprint race. I'm not sure if you were watching, but I didn't see too many bumps, not too much death. And as I kind of predicted, there was a lot more death on the
Wait,
turn
so
after
start
turn
from
1,
the
turn
sprint
2, the right-hander 180. And leading up to that is where I saw a couple bumps. So yeah, I think the track does a good job from what I've seen so far at kind of spreading people out smoothly rather than rapidly compared to other tracks. And I'm wondering if people are going to learn from this start and if they're going to adjust their game plan accordingly.
All right, we'll have to see. Hopefully some drivers can work their way up, and some drivers will be able to hold their spots. As I said, I didn't see too many changing positions for the first couple corners and whatnot. We had 2-8 working his way past Rocket. We had Birtier working his way out wide, obviously. But for the most part, I think you are right. Most drivers were able to hold their positions. Really, what made a giant difference was actually a lot farther into the lap, especially that skip. Failing the skip and passing the skip is huge. Or temple skip, yeah. In terms of like final position and whatnot, we had Crafties absolutely take off way ahead of everybody, and then actually get very close, get passed by Ozone because he failed the skip at the end. And so,
I do want to share actually, yesterday we had a race in BRWC, which for those who don't know is a different league run by people over at BRWC. It's a German hosted league, and it's somewhat competitive. It's been around for a long time. But anyways, we did a race on a track called Boingburg, which I actually took a little bit of inspiration from for this temple skip. And like you can understand, there's a skip called Pawn Skip, which is pretty similar in terms of setup and execution, although it is a little bit ping-based. And for those who don't know, I am pretty bad at boat racing. I'm not that good. And I was in the highest league, and I actually got P4, which is way higher than normal. And my reason for this is that I had an 80% success rate on Pawn Skip. Otherwise, the rest of my laps were terrible. But like, you know, the Pawn Skip was huge, a huge factor in contributing to my success. And I think that we're going to see something pretty similar with this, because the time swing is huge for if you make it or not. So I think that's going to be one of the main factors leading into the results of this race.
yes, interesting. Thank you for that explanation and whatnot. Maybe some of the drivers were able to make the connection to Pawn Skip and to the Temple Skip. I don't know if anybody was. It's interesting. Do you think your ability to hit Pawn Skip carries over to your ability to hit Temple Skip?
They are pretty different. I mean, first off, the most obvious thing is that there's no command blocks, and it's like how you fail or succeed at the skip. It's also, you know, you're going to the left instead of going to the right, like in a Boingburg. But I think there's probably some kind of subconscious that carries over, and also definitely, now that I think about it, the risk-reward assessment, when you determine if it's worth it to go for it or not, and making that decision-making definitely does carry over. You do develop that skill in Boingburg, and that will continue to work on this track.
All right, interesting. Because, I don't know, for me, looking at the skip and whatnot, like you said, command blocks were how the Boingburg skip was worked, and this has no command blocks. The way if you fail, if you pass, it's all client-side based. Meaning
Exactly.
it's like owned by your own game. And so I think that's an interesting shakeup. and whatnot, it means that everybody's on definitely an even playing field.
Exactly, yes. And that was one of the goals of making this track, or making this skip, is that pawn skip, one of the regrettable things about it is the ping. So that if you have higher ping, typically it's easier because you have more time to get across due to how it works. But with this, it's all client side, so we don't have to worry about that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And also, I think it... we have a lot of people failing it right in a row. Holy moly. I think also another thing about this is it's more like aim-based instead of timing-based.
Right,
I think
that's
with
also
pawn
very
skipped, it's a lot about timing. But theoretically, for the temple skip, you're able to go around over almost as slow as you want.
Right.
Which...
But something else that's neat about it, I wanted to keep that kind of, you need to hit very fast and very precisely. Or I wanted to keep that kind of idea. So if for those who don't know, there's a phenomenon called wall priority. And wall priority basically means if you're going at higher speeds, some walls are easier to hit than normal and some walls are harder to hit than normal. And this has negative priority, which means that it's actually, if you're going faster, you can actually avoid the wall more. You can phase through the wall with higher speeds, which means that it's actually easier if you go faster. So, which is interesting because now, like, hypothetically, you could go through very slowly, but now the walls have larger influence.
True.
But if you go fast, then they don't have as much influence.
So the faster you go, the larger gap the larger margin of error you will be granted.
Exactly. But that also means you have to, that's only for the wall. There's the edges of the track, what you fall off of, do not get affected. So you have to do it fast, but with a good setup and good confidence to make sure you get through.
True. It is very interesting with how Minecraft works in terms of boat racing.
Yes.
I've never even thought about the fact that like wall priority does not happen with blocks beneath the boat.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess that hasn't been like really rigorously tested, but there have not been any sightings or evidence to indicate that it does.
For my 2 years of experience, I can tell you, like, I actually felt wall priority on, like, one of the first tracks I ever grinded, Zombies track, number 1. Absolutely felt, like, even as a noob, I felt like, okay, this wall is so difficult to get by, and this other one, I can go pretty much as close as I want to, and I will never bump it. Never really felt that about any sort of block stop or any sort of, like, blocks on the side.
Right.
So that is interesting. Right.
But yeah, timer's counting down. We're gonna start very soon for our main race.
Here we go. Final few seconds here. We're gonna start the main race on Northern Water Tribe very soon. Here we go. Grid will be loaded in. Oh, right at the time. Right at the timer. That's perfect. That's clean. That's clean. So here we go. We have Ozone in P1, working his way up from P3 to P1. Like I said, this guy is in the drop zone right now in terms of points. And so a really good result from him today would mean that he is able to stay in the competition. Going to be keeping a real close eye on him. Behind him, we had Captain Crafty's able to put down the fastest time on the track. Tied with him, unfortunately, is Ultra back here. Ultra is a driver who actually tied Crafty's for fastest lap, but he dropped down the order. Behind him, we have familiar faces, Soda Soaker, Fantasy, and Rocket Race. We have Nito the first coming out as well. He's been performing pretty well. We'll see what they're able to do.
Are we good to go?
I think we're good to go. All right.
Alrighty. I'm excited to see this race start. Let's see if they've learned anything.
All right. Here we go. All right. So here we go. The race main countdown is now starting. Here we go. It's fun. The countdown is over, and away we go to Northern Water Tribe. Race 2 of round 3. As they come down into corner 1, we have Ozone keeping a good line. Oh no! Some drivers getting absolutely sent to the inside. Fantasy, Captain Crafty's, Demonatic, Ultra, all losing a ton of positions. That is unfortunate, man. So here we go. Ozone able to keep his position. Soda Soaker right here as well. Nito also able to stay up here. Rocket Rays, where did he go? He's still P5. So we have some drivers going left route, some drivers going right route. It's interesting, the choice with the right route. Typically with the skip and whatnot, the people who go right end up not faring too well. So here we go. Drivers coming through. Ozone is able to beat the carnage.
No, Ozone.
Oh, and actually bumps Nito. Oh no, Soda Soaker and Rocket absolutely getting shafted. Oh my goodness, dropping down. Here we go. Adam's Apple working his way all the way back up. What position is he in? Do we have any drivers going for the skip? We have some drivers going through the skip.
Oh.
Rocket and Blue both fail it. Captain Crafty goes through. Demon Attic, oh my goodness, having
nervous.
a very
You
tough
made me
first
nervous.
lap. Captain Crafty's does work his way through. He's going to try to make his way back in. We have the pit lanes open. Captain Crafty's going in for a pit. So in the lead right now, we have Ozone still in the lead, actually. And 32 Gilo. Hold on a second. So
I just want Soda to go through the pit lane and drive on top of people with bogey tilt and blue ice airspeed, even when you're driving on top of people. So he's taking advantage of the fact that people are going for pits, and he drove over 3 people, overtaking them in the pits. I got that
Oh
one.
my god.
That was phenomenal experience,
How'd you do
phenomenal
that?
realization by Soda to go
How'd
for
you
that
do
pit.
that?
Pigalala was also almost trying to go overtake Demon Attic and whatnot. So Soda Circle able to work his way up through a little bit. Interesting. We have Ozone failing the skip. Uh-oh. So 32 Gilo is now coming through and taking the lead of this race. 2818 is right behind him, maybe? Donde? Okay, he's not taking the skip. And so here we go. 2818 is opting not to take the skip. Is now neck and neck with Gustav. 28 has a better setup for it and will stay ahead of Gustav. Oh my goodness. We have J Modi falling down the order. Fantasy going in for a pit. Adam going in for a pit. We'll see. Oh no, 2A getting absolutely destroyed. That is very unfortunate. Some other drivers coming through. Nito is working his way back up through. Blue Leader coming through. Let's go see Fantasy right now. Coming out. Where will he come out versus the drivers with 1 pit? Captain Crafty's flying by. Soda Soaker also coming by. Rocket and Fantasy are really close. Fantasy's going to cut off Rocket.
I'm barely... Oh,
yeah.
no.
Rocket losing out to Fantasy. So a lot of these drivers...
now.
My goodness gracious. Oh no! Soda's lagging!
Oh my god.
And bumps Fantasy. So Rocket is now in tandem with Fantasy.
Oh my god. So...
Oh no, we have Soda Soaker. Uh-oh. We got Soda Soaker's connection right now. Not doing too well. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my god.
So we have Onsuts. Onsuts is very interesting. Onsuts, a driver who is in the drop zone.
Oh my god, you saved me.
Soda Soaker is able to get over the skip.
Oh,
Soda Soaker getting blue flagged. Okay, Soda Soaker getting blue flagged, letting Rocket by. He'll come out ahead of Adam's Apple. We have 32 Gilo still leading ahead of Ozone. Gustav is also there. Captain Crafty's is not too far behind. I think he pit from around 5th or 6th place. Whew. So here we go. We have Adam now past Soda Soaker. Unfortunate. Looks like his connection has stabilized a little bit.
Hope he can start making up ground again.
True,
He starts with the Starboard gimmick. Let's see if this actually pays off. Because he does outpace Adam, I believe. He is a better boat racer. So he actually does have even more leeway for getting to this junction earlier than him. Let's see if he gets the block. Oh, but he mows a little bit. Oh, Adam goes to the cleanly and bumps Soda.
He bumps him down. Oh no, Demon Attic will get through. Demon Attic not too far behind from the leaders, actually. Demon Attic working his way back up through after a really unfortunate. I saw him absolutely die in lap 1. We got Rocket.
Man, that might be race defining for Soda. That might have just swung the entire race for him. Because two of his main contenders are Rocket and Fantasy, which he had to that buy due to the blue flag. So,
don't worry though, because All Stars is all about consistency. So it depends on how consistent can he stay. He still can score the maximum amount of points, 10 points, even if Rocket and Fantasy score ahead of him. Not if Demon Attic and Adam score ahead of him, but.
And the thing is, like, don't forget, we're only 5 laps into this race of 26 laps, and this track is very volatile. The positions can change at a moment's notice at any point in the race due to the presence of these gimmicks.
It is true. This is true. So it looks like actually we had Gilo work up a 5-second gap to Ozone. I did teleport to him, and then he must have failed the gimmick because now he's only 2.5 seconds ahead. Oh no! Zinzoom pointing out that BipQ actually disconnected and rejoined the game. That is not good. Oof. Said he went from 3rd to 9th. That is super unfortunate as well.
Well, Ozone fails the gimmick, actually. The temple skip. So that's going to increase the gap to Gilo quite significantly. Gustav was 3.4 behind. Oh, Gustav actually made it, but he mowed on the inside on the exit of the temple skip, so he's still not get the overtake on the Ozone right there. There's actually a bit of a rivalry between Ozone and Technical Gustav to see if this affects their mental state. and out comes Ultra from the pits.
Ultra comes out from the pits. Ultra with 1 pit. Oh, unfortunately, that's not that good, though, as the leader with 1 pit right now is Fantasy. Fantasy's Fantasy's finishing the next lap, so Ultra is way behind. Ooh. Oink is having a tough time not taking around. Now he's blocking Fantasy. So Fantasy's the leader with 1 pit. Now behind Oink, who's, I think, in last with 0 pits.
Yeah, I remember Oink having a very rough start. I heard him in the proximity chat getting very angry, and I saw him getting messed up on the temple skip on that one as well. So yeah, it's not looking too good for him because he's really good. He's honestly he's top 8, I think, in our competition. But like he's just not getting the results he wants, or he should be getting.
Exactly. So I mean, we'll see how he deals with it. We'll see if how Fantasy deals with Oink. Oink is a fine driver. Fantasy may choose to go in for a 2nd pit. We'll end up seeing. Oink is going for the skip. Fantasy is going for the skip. Oink makes it over. Fantasy makes it over. Rocket right behind him is also going to make it over. All 3 drivers. Ooh.
Oh, but Oink actually messes up on the outside of the exit. Fantasy outspeeds and overtakes, but he's still in tandem with Oink.
This is true. So we had Oink eating a little bit on the exit of the skip. Gustav coming out into the fray. Okay, so that's a very good measure. Gustav.
3-person tandem.
Yo! This is crazy. With Rocket right behind.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting in terms of Cyberworld gimmick.
Who takes where? Who takes where?
Oh my god! The front 2 decided to go. That's a very unorthodox play. Because typically it's behind people who want to go for blocking. But they actually opt to go invulnerable and try not to get blocked at all. Try to prevent that from even happening. But the thing is, if they get outsped on the straight, they might get overtaken going into temple skip.
Yep.
Oink actually holding both of the drivers off. And Fantasy gains from this tremendously, like an extra second or so. This is how much Oink held them off. The Rocket going for it as well as making it.
Now we have Birche. There's another 3-way tandem right now. There's literally been just 3-way tandem after 3-way tandem again and again. Looks like
Rocket going in for the pit, just not having any of that. And Fantasy's still stuck behind the 2 lightning rods of the other 2 drivers.
Still a 3-way
and beyond
tandem.
Beyond them for Fantasy are another 3 drivers in the little big group right there. So it's going to be quite an uphill battle for these next couple laps for Fantasy.
I think so. I think he might want to choose to pit. He does not opt to take the slow route. So
interesting.
It is interesting. So we have a 2-way tandem with Birche and Fantasy. Looks like Fantasy's getting lagged back behind Birche. Oh my god. Oh, both of them getting sent to the inside. That is...
watch out.
Oink goes right here. Oink
goes
Blue.
Through. Blue leader going through.
Blue getting with a higher ping and a little bit higher speed, getting the overtake right there.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And Blue actually had same number of pits as Fantasy. Blue was just overtook for position.
There we go.
And Blue making the double skip without even getting bumped by Birche right there. What the heck? He's a madman.
Comes out on top.
Comes out way ahead. Oh my god.
So here we go out. Another 3-way Fantasy. All 3 drivers going in.
And here we go, Fantasy drives on top. He drives on top and gets extra
he
speed.
gets a very big advantage over these other drivers. So Fantasy will come out ahead. Birche is going to have to pit. Is blocking Oink a little bit. Okay, so Oink is not able to go.
Right.
So
not
Fantasy...
going over the head.
Oh my goodness gracious. Rocket Ray's going way by after Fantasy getting held up. So Rocket is now in the lead for 2 pits. Oh my goodness gracious. The first 10 laps of this race has been so much action everywhere. Meanwhile, looking in the front, we have 32 Gilo taking off ahead of everybody. Gilo is actually right behind Fantasy now.
Right behind us.
Fantasy with 2 pits, Gilo with 0 is now ahead, and now 12 seconds ahead of Ozone. So, if you remember, I think Techno Gustav pitted behind Ozone and whatnot. So, it looks like Techno Gustav is now in 2nd place ahead, which means that's a very good position for Ozone, and Gilo is just so far ahead of everyone right now.
Yeah, Ozone's actually stuck behind Crafties. Ozone got bumped a little bit, so he lost even more time. But I mean, beyond Crafties, it's looking like clean air, so he can just get past him. But don't forget, Crafties got pole position in qualifying, one-shot qualifying. So it's gonna be a tall order for Ozone. He even might decide to go for a pit. Although, I mean, I don't know if he's not getting held up by Crafties. I mean, he did get bumped earlier, but he's not getting held up. And like, oh no, okay, well, Ozone just decides to go for the pit.
What?
Let's see if he gets better situations on the exit.
Okay, so we had a little bit of a issue here. I was watching 32 Gilo. Fantasy and Techno Gustav were in tandem until Techno Gustav got pushed out. And then apparently Pigalala got bumped, possibly, by Gustav. Pigalala's in dangerous. Oh, no. Yeah, he gets bumped, unfortunately.
Also bump. Yep, he bumps again.
No.
Oh, that was
Tragic
probably
time
the
loss
worst one
there
I've
for
ever
Piggle.
seen.
Ooh, okay, so 32 Gilo fails and whatnot. BitQ is
Oh.
going safe. Pigalala fails. Beetlejuice gets through. Oh my goodness gracious. So we have a totally different amount of drivers failing. Some not failing. Here comes Ultra through. Now, where does that put Ultra? Ultra is now in 16th, I believe. Gustav going in for his third pit.
No, he doesn't.
Here we go. Oh my goodness.
Man, I'm a little bit jealous. I wish I could race in this race. This seems so fun. This seems like a great race from spectator point of view right now.
Absolutely crazy. So much stuff. So it looks like we have a really, really long train here behind BitQ. Actually behind J Modi. So we got J Modi leading. Currently in P21 out of 22. Unfortunately, we got BitQ on one pit, P13. Gilo P1 way out of the gate. And ooh, Antonio Yes P14. Not too many people opting to take the blocking route. Yet. I think mostly it's all about consistency. Drivers are opting to take the skip. Gilo fails again. Ultra fails again. Beerjay not even trying. Crafties is able to make it through. Pigalala failing. So we have a lot of drivers shaking it up. Crafty's actually not failing. So, whew, he's able to stay. I think Crafty's is working his way up through his field.
Yes, he's actually. I'm not sure how many people have done all 3 pits because you can't see all 26 drivers on the sidebar. But I mean, like, yeah, like we saw earlier, he had a terrible start. He was what, like P2 and fell all the way down to like midfield just from the start alone, which is tragic. But you know, it is a 26 lap race. It's about 30-minute race. He can work his way up, and I think that's what we're seeing right now. It's a bit hard to tell. Right now, he is P13 with 3 pits, which is honestly, that's really good. Oh, he's on the sidebar right now.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at him. Captain Crafty is in tandem with Ultra. He's actually leading for 3 pits. So right now it's Crafties versus Rocket Rays. Gilo goes in for a pit and doesn't lose the lead of the race because Captain Noah and 2-8 have already gone in for the pit. Captain Noah was also one I was looking at the sidebar. Both of them make it over. Okay, this keeps going.
Okay. Wow, man, that was ballsy from Crafties. He was in tandem or even maybe right behind Ultra's Ghost and still decided to go for it.
Mm-hmm. Crafties is not holding back at all. I think he knows he has a very fast pace. Ultra doesn't have a slow pace either. Ultra tied Crafties. I think... That's
right,
not
yeah,
good.
okay.
So Crafties and Ultra actually were tied for the one-shot quality. Crafties got first and Ultra actually tied him and whatnot. So neither of these drivers are slow. But Crafties obviously having a very, very consistent showing up in this race.
Right. The one-shot quality does show what these drivers are able to do with one map, but doesn't show the whole picture. For instance, what if Ultra is like good, but he fails a lot, right? He might have gotten lucky in that one-shot quality, while Crafties might be more consistent overall. And we kind of saw that. Like, there's evidence that that's the case because Ultra just messed up right in front of Crafties, half a lap ago. So I mean, who knows?
Here we go. Rocket Ray's actually going in for his third pit. We'll see where he comes out. Looks like he's going to come out. Oh, it's going to be close. I think Crafties is actually by. Yeah, he's by a clean amount. So Crafties is actually leading the race with 3 pits right now. Rocket was leading the race with 2 pits. So that puts Crafties versus in the race with like 32 Gilo and
he mows on the inside. He mows on the inside.
Oh, no!
Rocket's right there. Okay, so Crafties is right now behind J Million. Let's see if they do anything with the Cyberworld gimmick here. And Rocket is right there to snuff out any chance. Like, if Crafties makes any mistakes, Rocket gets the free overtake.
He
gets particle lag.
to.
Oh my god, Crafties is playing such a dangerous game right now. He doesn't have any other choice, though. That's the thing. He has to be behind him. He could have gone an alternate route and maybe outpaced J-Modi a little bit, but... Alright, let's see here. They go towards the temple skip. Let's see what decisions are made.
Crafties getting bolt lag. Crafties open for the temple skip. He goes
he makes
over
it!
Ultra
And Rocket getting overtaken by Ultra, but Rocket actually makes it as well. Just takes it very slowly.
Yep, and gets it. So Ultra's right there. Unfortunately, Ultra's only on 1 pit though. So right now it's Captain Crafty's. Honestly, Rocket was way ahead of Fantasy with the 2 pits and whatnot. So right now it's kind of Captain Crafty's versus Ozone and Gilo right now. Ozone working his way back towards Gilo. Holy moly!
Yeah,
Ozone was 12 seconds behind Gilo. Now he's only 4.
Ozone just did temple skip right behind BitQ as BitQ fell down. Like, on my screen, they were like touching. Like the Ozone's lightning rod was touching BitQ's ghost. That's ballsy. Jeez. Yeah, Ozone making pace. He's actually right behind Gito now. 1.45. They are within seeing distance. Within, honestly, they might be within striking range for several gimmick.
This is true. Let's see what Ozone decides to do right now. I don't know where Crafties is versus Ozone and versus Gilo. Ozone taking it straight on. Gilo taking it straight on. I wonder if that's a strategy that the leaders can do throughout the race. If they just choose not to fight each other, it possibly is just all set if they come in. Rocket Ray's actually setting a fastest lap of 54 seconds. So Rocket Ray's fighting with Crafties. We don't...
Gilo messes up. Oh, the messes up too. That was his chance. That was his chance.
That was open. Okay, so it's wide open. This race is absolutely wide open. I want to go and see Captain Crafties now coming up around. We'll see what they end up doing, what Captain Crafties ends up doing for the skip and whatnot. Blue Leader getting dead. Oh, Blue Leader's connection was pretty bad right there for a second. Oh, Blue Leader's connection is suffering. Rip. We have Captain Crafties coming around. Does he get the skip behind onto? He does. Ooh, okay. This is going to be really close. Ozone going in for a second pit. So let's see. Oh, uh-oh. Ozone coming out. What the Bro!
Oh?
Ozone
wait,
coming out way behind Fantasy.
Yeah, Fantasy actually, like, he only had a 9-second gap or so to get a 10-second gap to Ozone beforehand. So, and the pit stop is definitely a lot less, or a lot more, rather, than 10 seconds. So, Fantasy is actually ahead, I believe, of both of them. Because, yeah, he's only 9 seconds off Gito. If Gito pits, he's going to be way behind. So, yeah, honestly, it might just be Crafties versus Fantasy. But I think, I'm looking at the gap. The gap is not, it's like maybe 20 seconds with quick mental math between Crafties and Fantasy. So I think Crafties is still net in front of the race, which is crazy because they had a terrible start. So Crafties, fantastic display from Crafties.
Absolutely. I know, like, I saw Crafties getting absolutely bumped out. Honestly, Fantasy was also one of the drivers to get mega bumped to the inside. Fantasy's really in trouble behind Captain Noah, actually. Really close to each other. Getting pushed out a little bit wide. Soda Soaker's actually coming in. What? Where's Soda Soaker, though?
He's pretty far behind. He's P17.
Oh, Fantasy getting bumped. And Soda Soaker going through. Ooh. So, yeah, Soda Soaker P17 with 3 pits. He's even behind Blue Leader with 3 pits right now. So Fantasy's actually losing. So Fantasy is only on 2 pits out of 3 pits. Okay, so they're not a whole lap apart. Which would be insane to hear the word Soda Soaker got lapped. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fantasy fails this gimmick. Okay, fails the skip. Demoniac also fails the skip.
BitQ actually making the skip in front of Soda, but failing on the inside of the exit. So Soda actually drove on top of BitQ for a short period there, not getting bumped or anything. Very good luck by Soda.
All right. So now
we are coming down to near the end of the race. That's 20% of the race.
This is true. This race went by so much faster than the other race.
I know, right?
Here we go. Soda Soaker versus BitQ. Looks like they're all right. Soda Soaker does not go for the Cyberworld gimmick. Ooh, he's still getting bolt lag back behind BitQ, but he's going for it. He's taking really, really good lines. Oh, he goes out wide. They're both behind Ultra. Let's see as they go through here. Soda Soaker and BitQ side by side. Who will get to the skip first? Soda Soaker edges ahead, and he goes around and he gets the skip perfectly. Passes BitQ, passes BJ. Soda Soaker passing everybody right here. Ultra as well. Oh my goodness gracious. So right now, here we go. We have Fantasy versus Gilo. It looks like Fantasy is ahead of Gilo, actually. Which would make sense because Gilo and Ozone were basically in tandem. So Fantasy coming out of absolutely nowhere. Maybe not absolutely nowhere, but like Fantasy and Crafty's getting massively bumped at the beginning of the race. Working their way down the position. Demoniac was also one of those drivers. He's P18 behind Soda Soaker, though. Soda Soaker working his way back up. He's actually chasing after Blue Leader. So we'll see what happens there. Captain Noah in for his third pit. There he goes. Captain Noah completing his 3rd pit, working his way down the position. Honestly, not too bad. He pitted from 3rd place, both behind Ozone and 32 Gilo. Here we go. Fantasy into the skip. Goes across safely. Okay, so that's good for him. Captain Noah's still in the pit. Wait, still working his way down. Oh my goodness, Captain Noah behind Blue Leader and ahead of Soda Soaker. So let's go see this. They must be pretty close to each other. Blue Leader and Captain Noah are in tandem behind Adam's Apple. Adam's Apple in P12 with 2 pits.
If I do mess it up and he makes it, that is a position lost.
Captain Noah's been getting bumped on the straight there. So it's actually going to outspeed and overtake and get into tandem with Noah.
That's true.
And Blue's debating with himself if he should go for skip or not, with Adam right in front of him. I don't know what decision he's made. I guess we're about to find out.
Let's go see Blue Leader. He's going to go for the skip, trying to get past Adam. He gets it.
Oh.
All good. Let's see. Captain Noah and Soda Soaker both going for the skip. Soda falling off. Oh no, Captain Noah is by right now. Okay, Captain Noah is clear. Captain Noah will come out behind Adam's apple. Blue Leader took a risk. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Adam goes in for the pit, but Blue Leader does get a few seconds ahead. Blue Leader working his way up, which is pretty good because he was, I'm pretty sure, pretty close to the drop zone. In terms of points, let's see right here. Blue Leader is P24, so he needs a good result today to come out and stay in the competition. And right now, Blue Leader is ahead of drivers like Captain Noah and Soda Soaker. Soda Soaker, who's first place in the competition overall. Ooh, if we look at the lead, actually, here we go. 32 Gilo went in for the pit and came out approximately 5 seconds behind Fantasy. Honestly, that's within striking distance. If Fantasy fails the gimmick maybe twice and Gilo gets it correct twice, that's not that much of a difference. We have Gilo, gaining a little bit of time, but right behind him, Crafty's way out ahead of everybody. Crafty's is only 1 second behind. Fantasy fails to skip. Okay, let's see. 32 Gilo coming through. Fails to skip as well. Crafty's coming through. Does not fail to skip. So Crafty's will be overtaking Gilo. Crafty's almost leading the race with all 3 pits done. Holy. So here we go. Where's Rocket Rays? He's right behind as well. Getting the skip. Is coming out in tandem with Demonatic. Oinked will also be right here.
I'm expecting a bump here.
Kind of pushing out wide. Ooh, Rocket getting pushed out wide. Yeah, so good announcement there. Right now, we have Fantasy on lap 24. He will have to pit next lap.
Rocket, I'm rooting for you.
So Oink rooting for Rocket right now. I think it's Rocket versus Fantasy, but honestly, Rocket seems like he's ahead. Blue Leader working his way up. He's now in 10th place. It's going to get really close and whatnot. People are going to really start fighting for positions. They may be going for the skip. Now here comes the question. Oh my gosh, who is that? Oink going for the block, getting massively blocked. Unfortunately, Onset's working through. Does that mean Onset's go past?
Has to be, and they fucking bumped me.
Ooh. So Demonatic fails. Rocket does not fail. Is now coming out right behind 32 Gilo, who going in for the pit. Fantasy's going in for the pit. Ooh, where is Fantasy? Oh, I can't find him. He's not even close to the pit exit. So Rocket going through. Let's see how many positions Fantasy ends up dropping down. We have Fantasy versus Techno Gustav right now. BipQ comes through. Where's Techno Gustav? He comes through ahead of Fantasy. Here we go. Rocket Race also has the fastest lap right now. So actually, Rocket is currently scoring the most amount of points. 32 Gilo. Ozone coming right around behind 32 Gilo. Ooh, that's really close. This is a point difference and whatnot. The difference between P5 and P6 is a point difference. So we have right now coming around Ozone versus 32 Gilo for that 5th place position. In the front, we have Captain Crafties, who after an awful start has worked his way all the way back up to P1. We have Rocket Rays right behind, and Techno Gustav actually in 13th place. It looks like Captain Crafties and Rocket Rays. It's a fight between those two. Actually, they probably should be... Where is Rocket? Okay, they're ahead right now.
Final lap, by the way. Final lap.
It is final lap and whatnot. Right now, we have Blue Leader. Ooh, we have Blue Leader and Soda Soaker in tandem right now. That's going to be close. Let's see who goes for the block route and who doesn't. Looks like Rocket didn't go for the block route on Crafties.
I think he's too far away. I think that was a good call. He's just too far away. It all comes down to the temple chip, and if Nito gets in the way of Crafties.
All right, let's see
Nito
this.
might decide the winner of this race.
Nito is currently going. Oh, we have Buche. Oh, we have.
Oh my God!
What is going on?
Holy shit!
We have Captain Crafties going through. He makes it. Rocket does not make it. Okay, so Rocket does not make it. Fantasy will be far behind Rocket. Let's see Fantasy come through. Fantasy versus Techno Gustav. Actually, Fantasy getting past Techno Gustav. Very interesting. So here we go. Captain Crafty's finishing P1. Rocket Race finishing P2. Fantasy going for the skip, making it. Gustav not making it. Oh, is that open the door for Gilo? 32 Gilo
You'll
making
make
it. Here
it.
we go. Here we go.
Hey,
It's gonna come down to the wire. Down to the
It's
wire.
gonna be pretty close. It looks like Gustav is gonna stay
God.
just ahead of 32 Gilo. Right behind him, we have Ozone, which will be a very good position for him, who was in the drop zone, coming from P1 down to P6, but that's all right. Pigalala has another lap to go. Here we go. Ooh, Onsutz versus J Modi. Onsutz finishes. Ooh, Onsutz also in the drop zone, finishing P7. Blue Leader still ahead of Soda Soaker. What is this? They both fail. Blue Leader ends up ahead of Soda Soaker. Captain Noah coming just behind. Wait. No, sorry. Captain Noah saying something in chat. Nova, sorry, coming in just behind. Antonio, yes, actually able to make his way past 2818. Boom. And so now we have Demonatic coming through behind Birche, rounding up the top 15. After that, we have Oinked bringing up BipQ after disconnecting. Oh, unfortunate BipQ. He will have P17. I believe BipQ was one of the drivers in the drop zone. He was P21 overall. So it really comes down to BipQ versus Adam versus Onsutz versus Ozo versus Blue Leader. So BipQ is pretty dangerous for him right now. Here we go. Pigalala coming through P19. J-Modi coming through P20 and Ultra coming through P21. After a good start, Ultra dropping his, tumbling down the order, unfortunately. So here we go. I think... Oh, no, Pigalala had one more lap to... Wait. Oh, no. Okay, Pigalala, last lap pit. No, he didn't even last lap pit. He hasn't pit yet. He double last lap pit. Oof. So we have Birche coming around in P22. Actually, will overtake Pigalala. Let's go see Birche. Coming through, Birche will overtake Pigalala, who will receive a penalty, but I don't think it matters at this point. Pigalala rounding out P22, final position of this race. And this will round out round 3, race 2 of All-Stars at Northern Water Tribe. Whew.
Man, that was what a race that was. Jeez.
From a spectator's point of view, absolutely insane. Yeah, Pigalala just going for it. Not pitting as well. So, here we go. Whew. So, I want to comment a little bit on drivers in the drop zone and whatnot. So, let me switch to my other screen real quick so we can see the drivers right next, side by side and whatnot. So, right now, we have Captain Crafties, who worked his way P11, getting first place. Rocket Ray's getting the fastest lap of the race. And so he actually scores the most amount of points. Fantasy right behind him, scoring 10 points. Techno Gustav also scoring a lot of points. 32 Gilo scoring a lot of points. But a lot of these drivers down in the drop zone. So if you look at these bottom 6 drivers, BipQ, Onsutz, Ozone, Blue Leader, J-Modi, and Birche. Ozone, actually the top one of those drivers, coming in P6 overall. So that's really, really good for Ozone to be. And Onsut's not messing around either. Onsut's doing very well. Very good as well. Let's go see the podium celebration. Here we go. We have Captain Crafties going first place. Rocket Rays going second place.
Dude, Nito, you made it very scary in the end.
And Fantasy coming in third place. But yeah, I mean, continuing this with the drivers in the drop zone and whatnot.
It's all for the content.
Crafties, if you
We had
took that skip, you were dead.
Ozone and Onsutz
would've
both
gotten
in
out.
the
That's why I
drop
just
zone
didn't
and
do it.
whatnot. Blue Leader was the next one in the drop zone, getting P9. So 3 of these drivers
I
in
failed
the
the
drop
skip
zone
twice.
getting top 10. That is an amazing result for them. We have
Also, I have
BipQ
Blue,
down
I got
here,
a
unfortunately getting
very good view
P17.
because
That's
I had
not a
one
good
where I
place for him to
drove over
be.
your head over
Uh,
the skid.
J-Modi getting P19 and Birche getting P21. And so
This was
not
the
perfect,
P27
not really good
P1.
results for them, but here we go. The top drivers, there you are.
They have their wheel right now.
Somebody is setting up the wheel. I think that's Rocket right now.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
He's
What?
setting up his wheel.
Yeah, he's definitely setting up his wheel.
Yeah, I have a league race. Practice is starting now.
All right, so Rocket's going doing
It's
the
a
sim
Formula
racing
League.
and whatnot. I want to take Captain Crafties over here and actually talk with him about his race because that was an immaculate performance from Captain Crafty. So, ooh, Captain
Oh, hey, Lapis.
Crafties, dude, that was an immaculate race on your part. Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
wait, hold up.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Give me a second. I'll be muting him. Be right back.
All right. So Captain Crafties will not be here real quickly. I think Ontuts doesn't have stuff. Let's get Blue Leader over here. Ooh.
Oh.
My bad. Let's teleport. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Crafties. So walk me through a little bit of that race. That was an absolutely insane performance on your part.
Well, if you don't count the start, that is.
I know. Well, that was the whole point and whatnot. We noticed, like, you and Fantasy and I think Ultro and Demonic all got incredibly screwed over in the first corner, going all the way to the inside. And at that point, we thought, okay, these drivers are out. Clearly, you were able to overcome that unfortunate start and actually able to come in P1. How is that
Well,
even
yeah, I wasn't
possible?
expecting it either. Like, I was driving behind Ozone. So my thought was just gotta beat Ozone. Just beat him. So I did the skip over and over again. And then eventually I saw Ozone. I'm like, okay, well, this is it. I'm just in front of Ozone, and I look at the pits, and he's a pit behind. I'm like, huh?
Yes.
So
I
then I
mean-
realized, oh, I'm actually fighting for the win today.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you're actually able to get that win, which is absolutely incredible, ahead of people like Rocket Rays, who like did not have a bad start, ahead of people like 32 Gilo, who did not have a bad start, taking off ahead. So I mean, absolutely incredible performance from you today. I think
Yeah,
we
was
saw you
definitely
were ahead for
skip.
the drivers of 3 pits, and then we saw somebody with 1 pit who came out behind Fantasy, and we knew you were way ahead of Fantasy, and so at that point we thought you were way ahead. And yeah, what else do you got?
Well, I succeeded the skip quite a bit. I said before that I had a 30% win rate. Well, not win rate, like success rate on it. But this race was crazy for me. I don't know what happened, but something just clicked, and I only filled it twice.
Absolutely. Great breakneck speed. Nobody else could keep up with it. Failing the skip twice, that's some precision right there. So, did you practice the skip a lot, or was it just
No, I didn't practice at all.
God-given talent?
No, yeah, I did.
God-given-
I did. So I
Oh,
had a
okay.
custom setup made for it.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
Yeah. So it's basically I got a certain angle that I want to aim for. Then I lose some speed, and then I just drive straight.
Oh, very nice. And so that setup seemed to work very, very well, getting that skip.
Yeah, I did have take some, like you lose some time, of course, with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think you lose 0.3, but you go into the skip slower, and you just gotta drive a straight line, and that's what helped me out quite a bit.
It's a couple ticks gain, a couple ticks loss versus going faster, and a couple second loss if you failed it. So it seemed to work out.
Mhm.
Very good job.
Yeah, but it was scary and scarier the more time went on, because I was looking at Rocket,
Yes.
and he failed to skip behind me, so I had 6 seconds, but he kept creeping closer and closer, and
Rocket-
then Nido appeared in the very last 2 laps,
Yep.
and he absolutely decimated me.
Oh, unfortunate.
So
yeah.
then Rocket was like, if I failed to skip that one last lap, he
Yeah, that would've been it.
gotten the win.
Yeah, we were watching that. We were keeping a very close eye on that. But very nice job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And yeah, that'll mean that you're working your way up the positions. Very good.
Thank you very much. I just want to stay in. that was my goal going into this. Make up for the last shitty race that I had on the 4th layer, and I'll try to get top 5, which I definitely got.
Nice. Well, congratulations on the race today. I'm gonna go around and talk to some other drivers. So yeah, we'll be seeing you in the
All right,
future.
Send Rocket. Thank you. Send Rocket my regards.
Okay, will do. All right, let's go talk. I kind of want to talk with Blue Leader a little bit, actually. TP Blue Leader. Is he still here? This man.
I am here.
Blue Leader. All right. How's it going?
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. That whole thing was insane.
I think.
Re-
Yeah. Go ahead.
really messed with my emotions there, to be honest. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was in the elimination zone at the beginning of this race. I was ready
Absolutely.
to be, moving on from All Stars, which was really sad. So, I was prepared to come in and try and get myself out of that bottom 6. And after the one-shot qualifying, and the sprint race, things weren't looking good. I could not perform to what I wanted. But the feature race came, and boy, I think I delivered.
Absolutely. I think you had an absolutely immaculate performance. Did about all you could to stay in the race. We're calculating the points right now.
Yes.
But you're in a pretty decent position, I think. That was a pretty good position to get P9. We'll see if you're able to make up the difference and break into that top 20 and whatnot. But yeah, like absolutely insane. We were definitely looking over and paying really close attention to the drivers in the drop zone. And you were one of them, and you performed very well.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. I made the skip my first 9 times. I made the skip, and I'm so relieved that happened.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's crazy consistency right there. So I mean, congratulations on the race and very, very good fight to try to stay in All Stars. We'll see how it turns out, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Lapis. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'll see you next week.
I hope so too. All right, with any luck. All right, looks like Ozone. Looks like most of the drivers left actually. So, yeah, we'll see. All right, well, thank you for the interview, Blue Leader, and I guess we'll be seeing what happens in the future. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See ya. All right. So that is round 3, race 2 of All Stars. Do I still have my co-pilot with me? Laser. It's all good. It's all good.
Hello.
If it's not... Oh, he still is here.
I am here.
Bye stream.
Thank you.
Bye stream.
Oh, Jolly popping in. All right. Saying hi, bye. I think that'll be all for today's stream and whatnot. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Boop. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
I'm your new co-pilot.
This. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Jolly. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And hopefully we'll catch you in 2 weeks' time where we will be racing round 3, race 3 at a different track that will be revealed next week. Yeah, do you have anything to add, Laser?
No, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the race.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. See ya. Birche saying bye-bye, it was fun league. Thank you. Thank you. All right. 07, peace out.